When Queen Elizabeth II died and lay in state in St Giles Cathedral in Edinburgh, you might have noticed a crown sitting on top of her coffin, and you might also have noticed that it was a crown you'd possibly never seen before. It wasn't the imperial state crown that you might have been used to seeing her wearing every year at the state opening of Parliament, and it certainly wasn't the St Edward's crown that she only really wore once in her reign when she was crowned in Westminster Abbey. No, this crown, ladies and gentlemen, is the crown of Scotland, and along with the sceptre of Scotland and the sword of state, and some people even include the stone of destiny in this, together they make what's known as the honours of Scotland, or the crown jewels of Scotland. But these jewels have had a really rough and storied history. In fact, this crown is the oldest crown in all of the United Kingdom, and it was made in Scotland for King James V, the father of Mary Queen of Scots, in the early 16th century. However, after the union of the crowns in 1603, the Stuarts more or less moved to London, and they didn't have very much more to do with Scotland. Now, they would have a Scottish coronation, but other than that, the crown wasn't particularly important to them. But it was important to the people of Scotland, and it would come to have a very significant role to play in British history in the years to come, because in 1649, this chap here, King Charles I, was executed by order of Parliament, and his son became automatically King Charles II. But there was a problem for Charles II in that when his father lost his head, Parliament also abolished the monarchy, and so therefore there certainly wasn't an English throne for him to inherit. The position of head of state was taken by this man here, Oliver Cromwell. But although the same head of state now ruled over both Scotland and England, they still at this time had separate parliaments, and so were separate countries, and Scotland decided that it wanted to keep its King Charles II. And suddenly, the Scottish crown and the honours that went with it once again became very, very important to the monarchy indeed. And so the Scots crowned their King Charles II in a lavish coronation ceremony at Scone Palace, the traditional crowning place of Scottish kings, and to do the crowning, they used the crown of Scotland. And once that had been done, Charles set off to England to try and win that crown back for himself as well. But you know, things didn't go particularly well for Charles at that point in his life, and soon he was forced to leave the British Isles altogether and head off to France into exile, where he remained for several years.